As the body rests, the real you moves outside of its perimeters to discover new areas. It's kind of like when we were kids and we snuck out at night and maybe climbed out of our bedroom window to meet a friend and go exploring as our parents slept. Some people feel themselves leaving their body as they begin their sleep session. Many are doing astral projection, which is what those who are involved in the psychic arts think. That that's the only way out of ourselves, and that the astral body is the soul. This is where people with no real experience guess at what is taking place. It's true, most people leave themselves with the astral body at first, but once they meet the real guides and the psychic stuff then begins to disappear. The real guides go directly to the real you, not to the various bodies of man as a way to move about in the psychic realms to start with, but then eventually into the real universes. The astral body is the second body of man, the emotional vehicle, and nothing more. It consists to the astral worlds, as does each body we have to relate to the particular world. In the real universes, we do not need any of the lower bodies because we realize ourselves as the real awareness as life itself is. To work out certain situations, for one, the real guides take the new students above the time track to where they can see all that has been arranged for the completion of what is necessary. For everything in life, there is an answer. Once a person discovers how to get the answer that they're looking for, the real guidance is the key to the secret worlds or the rep systems. And the real minds of science cannot even enter. There are so many wonderful and beautiful places on an endless scale of foreverness that are waiting to be discovered by those with a heart of courage and adventure. Eventually, one learns to read the universal files and is able to see all the past as it really was and into the future that is not formed as yet. All in all, to discover one's full potential with their dream visions that far exceeds anything on this earth and what can be obtained here as secondary knowledge. Do you feel that's true?
What, Lila?
Well, we were being interfered with by some controllers for a minute there. I don't know if anyone else heard it. Like when Tim talks. Did anyone else hear it?
No.
No. What happened?
Oh,
what did you hear?
Did. Oh, some kind of strange music interfering. Like like when Tim is on. How we've heard that, Val? Yeah, that was going on. So I did the New You song.
Good. No, we're always suspect. I mean, we're always being watched by the dark force. Like they don't want us here. They don't want us here.
Yeah.
One of the great gifts of the real guides is they obtain the karmic debts of their new students from the lords of karma, and then they begin to work them off in a much faster way than one having to go through more lifetimes of the same earthly drudgery. Many situations will be taken care of from the real side in one's dreams visions, as a person sleeps and simply lives their daily life. The real universal guides want to get as many individuals out of here during this lifetime, because they already know what the future of this planet holds for all of us who are trapped here. The added gifts from the real guides is they will assist a person in their physical life with real guidance along the lines of their career, as a person aligns himself with a lifestyle of true sensibility and true sincerity. Many famous authors and poets found their discoveries from the other levels, sometimes consciously, or recognized the notions which came through in their dream journeys. As the astral level is the great astral museum, that which becomes the future, all inventions of this world and others. Once a person learns to go there, they soon have access to almost unlimited source of new ideas and adventures. The need to dream is very strong with the human self, and so all the so-called rules of sleep must be obeyed, or various problems begin to arise. When one is deprived of their sleeping and dreaming sessions, there becomes the presence of possible psychic symptoms showing up along with health issues. Many of us can go for long periods without much rest, but eventually it does catch up, and we may even sleep for days. When I worked in construction, I liked what I was doing, but eventually my body would warn me about exhausting, and it became fatigued, which would lead to a slight illness. So when I felt myself taking too much on, I simply cut back. Approximately 15% to 25% of a person's sleeping time will be spent dreaming. That's a lot. Most dreams can be put into the following categories as a reference to go by: compensatory, reactive, projective, somatic, telepathic, astral projection or remote viewing, universal positioning, and deep level, which would correlate to the real universes. The idea of the dream arena is to help the individual to eventually recognize their true potential with the true reality. To accomplish this can be a very long process because of all the lifetimes of corruptive interference of all the particulars involved in a person's journey within time and space. With the real guides, the process goes much faster, as these great beings go directly what the person's needs and what they can accomplish. The rep systems basically do the opposite and drag things out for lifetimes to where the person is more lost than ever. So the idea of what is taking place in a person's dream vision is life from an overall view, as it is trying to communicate various examples and messages to the person. They will perceive their rightful place in the universes of real freedom And so we have the outer man whose only concern is with what others think of him and the standards of and rules and regulations set up by others, such as laws, morals, and commandments. The reality of the real you is unchangeable, but always open to continuous evolving expansion of their real awareness. The personal psych self can be changed and manipulated according to the awareness of a person's residing in the body. Even though a person is gaining knowledge and experience on this level, they are not really acquiring real experience according to the true reality, as only the real universal guides can accommodate such proceedings. All that can be understood and had at this lower level is very minuscule compared to the real and total awareness of a person's true ability, of course. The human ego will not see it this way, as it will always defend its position of learning and what it has been educated with and who by. The so-called great scholars of history and present day have their way with the personal survival and knowledge of this world, but not of the worlds beyond, which they mainly guess about and create all kinds of philosophies and theories as to what that might be. As human history continues, the barrage of seemingly endless information and formulation of so-called facts and figures becomes insurmountable and at the same time overly confusing. This does not have to be so, as those who are the new students of the real guides can attest to. The new student starts to experience a sorting out of all the phenomena the personal self has been given over the lifetime spent here, starting with their dream visions and then filtering down to their personal world. Even though there is so much to see and do here, when all is said and done, what is it that we are really here for? Is it to follow regulations and commandments and to strive to survive? Or is it really to become more aware and perceive the real freedom that is already available with our real awareness? I don't think we can improve on that one. What do you say, Tim? Or Ariana?
I just think that it's awful wonderful that the real guides take over our karma and speed it up and deal with it in our dreams so that we have this opportunity to not have to come back through all these experiences in the psych realms. It's just to learn how to have the real heart of courage and adventure. We're very fortunate that we have Dwayne and these books, the Adventure Is series that he's wrote and has available for people that are ready to pay attention and be guided and educated about what's really going on, what life's all about for us, and to find our rightful place in the real universes. It's very interesting to me that we have a rightful place.
Ariana, do you have a few thoughts on this?
I just thought it was amazing, all those different aspects in a dream that the real guides, that Dwayne wrote that we have, and then it came to the point of the real guides helping us to work through our karma. But I mean, that's a lot of things. Projection was in there, and some of it was soma, the body, and then it was just deepness, wasn't it? Went into a sort of a dark deepness. I can't even remember all of them.
You want to go through them again, Lila?
What?
Do you want to go through them again? The different types of dreams? Can you find that part? That is very interesting.
It'd probably be hard to find, huh?
The universal position in our dream too, getting to experience that.
How about that?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'm surprised that, so when I felt myself taking too much on, I simply cut back, okay? Approximately 15 to 25% of a person's sleeping time will be spent dreaming. I really didn't realize it was that much, but that's wonderful. Most dreams can be put into the following categories as a reference to go by: compensatory, compensatory,
Compensatory.
Okay. Reactive, predictive, somatic, telepathic, astral projection or remote viewing, universal positioning, and deep level, which would correlate to the real universes. The idea, huh?
I said, they correlate with the real universes.
Yeah. Universal positioning and deep level, which would correlate with the real universes. So sometimes we go really deep when we're sleeping. The idea of the dream arena is to help the individual to eventually recognize their true potential with the true reality. To accomplish this can be a very long process because of all the lifetimes of corruptive interference of all the particulars involved in a person's journey within time and space. With the real guides, the process goes much faster, as these great beings also direct the person's needs and what they can accomplish. That's the true real guides that happens in our dreams. And with that, we've got a lot to dream on and a lot to think about. And 15 to 25% of a person's sleeping time is spent dreaming. So let us dream on. So with that, let's all sing the new you And have sweet dreams. Good night, all. Until next time.
Good night.
Thank you.
Happy dreams,
everybody.